And I feel okay today. I woke up with a massive headache, like a headache like I've never had, especially without drinking. And I took some Excedrin and it seems better now. I don't seem as sniffly, but it's just hanging on. I'm just tired of being sick. I'm sick and tired of being sick. Move along, little doggy, move along. So I came up with today's topic because I was scrolling through my Facebook, and one of my Facebook friends had put up a post that was kind of in jest because they didn't feel like bringing down or taking down their Christmas lights, I believe. But what their point was, that why do we insist on taking down our lights as soon as January hits? Because January is the most depressing month of the year. Maybe it ties with February and March. I don't know. But isn't January depressing? I mean, seriously. The holidays are over. It's just cold. You can't do anything outside unless you live in a warmer climate. It snows. It stops you from getting to work and to school. Makes you worry. Can I get to work? Will I get there safely? Should I spend the night in a hotel closer to work? I have to take time away from my family and spend time somewhere else so that I can get to work. It's just annoying, right? So his point was, again, he was kidding just to try and make an excuse for himself to not have to take down his Christmas lights. But I think that his point is very valid. In this time of complete and total depression, shouldn't we keep the lights up? Shouldn't we keep the lights up if it brings us just a little bit more joy? If it brightens our day up a little bit more, shouldn't we be able to, in a socially acceptable way, keep your Christmas lights up as long as we would like? I know some people do. I turned off the outside lights, which was just a laser light, not a big deal. I literally pulled the plug because I fear judgment from my neighbors. Yeah, I know I'm not supposed to. I know it's not supposed to matter. It does a little bit. That's okay. I know a lot of people in my neighborhood, and I know a lot of them like to bust on me. And this would just give them another chance to do that. But I wanted to know from you if it were socially acceptable, because let's face it, it is not socially acceptable to have your Christmas lights up probably now. I still have my tree up. I thought about taking it down over the weekend, and then I said, nope. One of the reasons, totally lazy. Didn't feel like it. Another reason, what's the hurry? Now, it's not bringing me the same type of joy that it did back in the middle of November when I put it up, because it's I've gotten used to it. I'm not tired of it yet. I won't say that. I'm getting there. I'm tired of the living room being arranged the way that it is. I would like a little bit more room in my living room. Maybe this weekend. We'll see. So I wanted to hear from you. If it were socially acceptable, would you leave your Christmas lights up longer? So Wendy says, wait, it's not socially acceptable to still have my tree lights up? Uh-oh, I guess I have some work to do. Jim says, I'm OCD, so no way. Holidays end on New Year's. I don't know. Who made that rule? Is that your rule? I'm not really sure. He says, I used to take them down New Year's Day. I'm a little more risque in my old age. If they're down by the weekend after New Year's, it's okay. But please don't turn them on after New Year's. I don't know. You got a very strict set of rules for the rest of the world there, James. I'm just saying, if that's your rules and you want to follow them, bravo. If other people don't necessarily want to follow those rules, they don't really have to. Just saying. Linda says the tree comes down, decorations away, but white lights are up all year long. That is a very good point. We have lights in our porch and around our deck, white lights that are up all year round. I put in one of those laser lights inside the porch this year. I'm thinking about leaving that bad boy up. I'm thinking about making that a staple in the porch lighting. I'm mulling it over. Jill says no, she would not keep them up. Lori also says no. Linda says, absolutely. Carla says, mine are still up, but no outdoor lights. Yes, I think it's more socially acceptable to keep your indoor lights open. Like I said, though, with where we live, a lot of people in the back of my house can see that I still have my tree up. Marcy says, I do. I leave the white lights in my tall shrub for a long time and just take down the outdoor ornaments. Good for you, Marcy. Laurie says, we leave ours lights up till the end of January. The hell with being socially acceptable. Good for you, Laurie. Joe says, definitely. Kate also says, definitely. Yes. Jennifer says she would keep them up longer if she could. Melissa says, absolutely. Mine haven't come down yet. Michelle says, I probably would not leave them up longer. I love all the lights, but it's nice to get back to normal too. So there you go. That is what we think about leaving our lights up longer than is deemed socially acceptable. Hey, you know what? You do what you want. It's your life. If looking at your tree still brings you joy, that is what you should do. Speaking of joy, that is the topic of today's conversation in the blog post. Redefine your definition of joy. We are going to be talking about if your definition of joy is too big. I put up a Facebook post a few years ago that stated, do something that brings you joy every day. The responses I got from that post were something like this: as if I have that kind of time. Yeah, if only. Must be nice to be able to do that. And more of the like. Here's the thing. What is it you think brings you joy? Is it only a beach vacation or buying a new car? If that is the case, you're right. You won't ever be able to feel joy every day. But if you redefine what brings you joy, you can incorporate more of it into your life. I'm going to tell you a big secret. I'm going to tell you one thing that brings me joy almost every single day. Are you ready? Here goes. Bath and Body Works. I've talked about this before. Something so simple. Something so inexpensive, relatively speaking, and something easily available each and every day. In fact, it was one morning of me slathering on my favorite scented body scrub that inspired that Facebook post I just mentioned to begin with. I was using it and relishing the indulgence of the scent and how it made my legs so dewy soft. It honestly made me so happy to have something so simple bring me so much joy. I thought to myself, if I can get this much happiness from something simple, I hope others can as well. But alas, my post was met with cynicism. Made me realize it isn't the lack of joy that is the problem. It's our very definition of joy. Maybe that is what needs to be addressed. I know joy is a big word that elicits images of pure happiness. I think we somehow started to believe we had to feel joy for long periods of time for it to be effective. I'm here to tell you that isn't true. Joy can be small moments throughout the day. The first cup of coffee, wearing your favorite outfit to work, getting a compliment from someone in the elevator, a word of praise from your boss, watching your dog as he or she plays, the opportunity to sit back after dinner in your favorite chair to watch a little TV or read a book. I think the real problem is we discount these moments and don't give them enough credit. Am I using the term joy a little too loosely? Maybe. But I feel joy throughout my day. Can you say the same? Can you say the same? If the answer is no, then I hope you consider redefining the word joy for yourself. You can add all kinds of things that will be little indulgences that bring you joy on a daily basis. Scented candles, a hot cup of something while watching the fireplace. Hopefully there'll be a fire in it. Your favorite meal for dinner, snuggling with your pet, just being and appreciating your home and all that you have built. Dumb it down a little. And you realize these things aren't dumb at all. It's taking joy in the small things that make happiness in life seem much bigger. Pay attention to what you enjoy throughout the day. And there it is. When you say the word enjoy, it doesn't have as much pressure as the word joy. But essentially, it means the same thing. Take away the first two letters, and you are now doing things that you joy through the day. It's a subtle difference, but one that will make a huge impact on how you see your life. What is something you just merely enjoy? The first cup of coffee? Is it watching still, enjoying your Christmas lights? Replace the word enjoy with joy. I know it sounds silly, but that's what's going to help it sink in, the fact that it does sound silly. I joy my Christmas tree. I joy my first cup of coffee. I joy listening to my favorite podcast on the way to work. Or if you don't want to sound that silly, even in your own head, because nobody else is really listening, so it doesn't matter. But I take joy in the first cup of coffee. I take joy in watching my Christmas lights. Replace the word enjoy, which has just a little bit of connotation of big joy, to making it complete and utter joyfulness. Give it a go. See how it works. It is hump day. Put a little thought into what you enjoy and what you will joy on a daily basis, and how you can look at that as pure joy. What simple things can you add that will honestly bring you more joy? Do it. Start right now. And make today your best day yet.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit Hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.
Part of my joy is begging Ellen every single day to have me on your show.